What's up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. And we are just now moving into our new farm that I bought out here in the state of Wisconsin. So right here is the farm I bought, I believe it is. So it's a pretty nice farm. It is a fixer-upper, so there is quite a few things that needs to be fixed on it. But yeah, this is the new farm I bought. It's pretty decent size. It's got a couple fields. It's not the biggest, but it's a pretty decent sized farm. So I'm gonna hop out, take a look. Has been abandoned for a couple of years. They had a lawnmowing company come out here and try and just kind of keep the place, tidy. Obviously, they couldn't get all these thick bushes because the guy that they had that comes out here and mows this doesn't have a bush hog. He just mows it with his lawnmower. So they try their best to keep it clean and not getting overgrown and all that. But looks like we've got a some sort of barn here. Looks like a old cattle barn or something. Got a manure pump. Got your silos there. Right here seems to be the cattle shed. Can't really see out there. Looks like to be the pasture. We've got the main shed right here. Got a small little bin, probably for putting feed and stuff in there. Oh, we got a shed down here. Let me hop down here and take a look at this shed. Let me open this shed up. Okay, it's got a fence. Maybe this is another cattle thing or something. Okay, let me hop out. Okay, yeah, this seems to be a pasture. So this is just a nice little place that the cows can come inside and, get away from the hot sun and kind of cool down and all that. Let's hop over here, take a look at this shed. Looks like we've got some room for maybe storing seeds and stuff instead of having to store the seeds and all that inside. Let me open this. Okay, it's just a small little shed, nothing too big, but it's not small, so it's decent sized shed. Let me shut this back up here. But yeah, over there's the house. They told me the house needs a bunch of renovating. The floor's rotten, some windows seems to be broken. There's just a lot of things. The vinyl siding seems to be coming off and fading and all that. There's just a lot of things that's wrong with the house. It needs to be renovated and all that. Looking at the grass, probably needs to be mowed again. The grass is starting to take up the sidewalk here a little bit. So yeah, this grass over here is looking very thick as well. So might need to mow that. But yeah, I don't have any tractors or anything. Yeah, I literally have a truck in this flatbed right here. But other than that, I have no tractors or no pieces of equipment at all. But I was on Facebook, and this farmer that's just down the road from where I bought this farm, he has a couple tractors and pieces of equipment that are for sale. He's no longer going to be a farmer anymore, so he's selling all of his equipment because, times are getting tough. He can't afford to keep the farm running. So I'm going to hop over to his place and take a look at what he has to sell, and I'll catch y'all once I'm at this guy's farm. Well, we're pulling into this guy's farm right here. Looks like, I think this is his inventory that he's selling, or a piece of equipment that he's selling. He's got some nice stuff. This dude actually has a pretty big farm. That seems to be his house. Let me get out and talk to him for a second. Let me park the truck right here, shut it off. But yeah, this is actually a huge farm, not gonna lie. Looks like this dude was a pretty big dairy guy. Looks like he sold most of his equipment already. But yeah, I can kind of see why this dude's quitting farming. I mean, this stuff, it's expensive to keep a farm this size running. I mean, we're looking at what, probably over $1 million in buildings and all that. So yeah, let me hop up here and talk to this guy, because I didn't message him on Facebook and tell him I was coming. So let me knock on his door. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm just coming down here looking at the inventory, just seeing, because I don't got no tractors or pieces of equipment, so I'm just coming down here and just taking a look, so just don't mind me. Okay, yeah. Yeah, alright, thank you. Well, guys, basically all he said was, I was just letting him know that I was here so he wouldn't, confuse me for a stranger or someone breaking into his farm or anything. But he told me, yeah, that's fine. We can go take a look at his equipment and all that. He's told me he's already sold most of his equipment, so we're just kind of taking a look at what's left. But I see some pretty nice things. Let's start off with this John Deere 7810. It's got duals on the back, 4-wheel drive, got weights. It's pretty nice tractor. Over here was this a Kinze 3600. Taking a look at it, I can tell that is a 12-row. Over here we got a John Deere chisel plow. You don't see many of these things anymore. Not too sure if I want a chisel plow on the farm, but if it's our only option, I guess we'll have to get a chisel plow. Over here, I'm not a big case guy, but that is one good-looking combine, I will have to admit. It's a Case 2388 axle flow. It's pretty nice. Over here is the corn and oat header, and then he's got a Kilbros grain wagon. So, like I said, I don't own anything, but in case you're wondering, I have about $1.5 million, something like that. If you're wondering how I got all that money, I've inherited quite a lot of money, and I found this farm, and I wanted to kind of, not farm on the family farm. I just kind of wanted to come over here and try farming in Wisconsin by myself. So we were a pretty big time operator farmer, so I inherited quite a bit of money. But definitely looking at this John Deere 7810. I mean, this thing, it's pretty nice. I'm gonna have to run back up there and ask them how many hours and stuff is on that, how much horsepower it's got. But I've definitely got my eye on this. I think I might buy it actually. So yeah, let me go over and talk to this guy, see what he wants price wise, and maybe once I'm done talking, I'll have this tractor under my name. Let's find out. Let me go talk to him real quick, y'all. Well, guys, we're officially the new owners of this John Deere 7810. Just bought it. I wrote the man a check. He wanted $25,000 for it, which is, tractor like this, $25,000. That's a reasonable price. 25, 30, $35,000 is a reasonable price for a tractor this size. So, yeah, I'm officially the new owner of this thing. I asked him how much horsepower it's got. Dang, I think I have memory loss. I can't even remember what the guy told me. I think it's like 175 or something. So that's a pretty great deal on a pretty, good horsepower tractor right yonder. So yeah, the tractor's the only thing I own, and the truck and the flatbed. But we're gonna head home and unload this thing, and maybe look at some more pieces of equipment. But other than that, yeah, just bought my first tractor, wrote the man a check for $25,000. This equipment, all of our fields are plowed and cultivated and all that, so we're definitely going to be needing a planter very soon, and some tillage, and before too long we're going to need a combine to harvest the crops. But I'm going to head back to the farm here, and I'll catch y'all once I'm unloading this thing back at the farm. Well, guys, we're back at the farm. I'm in the tractor here, just getting this thing unloaded. Still getting kind of used to the transmission and how to drive this thing and all that, but I'm learning. Back on our farm, we did not have a 7810, so I'm kind of learning new systems and new transmissions and all that. We did own a John Deere, but we didn't own a 7810, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this thing for a little ride. I'm going to ride around the property here, take a look at our field. So I know we own this small little field right here, if you can see it. And then down here we own a pretty big size field. Here's a field that we own. It's pretty big. So yeah, that's a pretty big field. Over here I know we own this, and then there's another field back there in that little forest I think we own. Kind of use this, but yeah, it's a pretty big field right there. Looks like we got some bushes on the fence line. Speaking of bushes and briars and all that, we're gonna definitely have to rent a bush hog or something to clean this farm up. I've got to bush hog the cow pasture off. I mean, I took a look at that thing. There's just briars and bushes and just weeds, and it's just overgrown and everything. I'll actually show y'all. Let me hop over here. Look, there's bushes growing against the fence line, which is bad. Probably have to put some new insulators on the fence, probably put some new posts in the ground, but it is just awful. I'm gonna have to buy a bush hog or rent a bush hog, either one. I'm gonna have to mow that pasture off, because I would like to get cows back on our family farm. We own some beef cows, but this is more of a dairy cow setup, so I'm probably gonna do dairy. So let me shut this thing off. So yeah, we're definitely gonna have to clean this farm up. Look, there's bushes and a couple briars, maybe some wild blackberry bushes in there too. Let me actually go in here and take a look. Okay, so in here's it's pretty nice in here. In here's the milk tank. Right here's a little, milking things you put on the udders. And let me actually hop out here and just show y'all how bad this is. Okay, here's where the cows come in. But there's their feed trough and everything. I'm gonna come over here. The cow pasture is just horrible. You've got different types of grass and weeds and briars and bushes, blackberry bushes and all that. It's a mess out here, y'all. I'm gonna have to get something to clean this up with. I'm probably gonna rent like a rhino bush hog. I'm not too sure what bush hog I'm gonna rent, but I'm definitely renting a bush hog. We have to bush hog this pasture off. Now there's a second pasture. I know the guy who sold me this farm said there's a second pasture out here that the cows can go out, that I believe leads to that barn over there. Not too worried about bush hogging this, but the main pasture I am very concerned, and I'm obviously gonna get this taken care of. Plus, we can just put like a gate or a fence there and stop the cows from going out to that one. But this main pasture right up here by the barn, we've definitely got to bush hog that off. I mean, it's just awful. But yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Today's video was kind of boring. I was just, showing y'all the new farm I bought. Bought the 7810. Maybe in the next video we'll go maybe rent a bush hog, see if a guy that I know in the area has one or something. So in the next video we're definitely going to be doing a farm cleanup. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and catch y'all in the next one.